I have Dale. Whee! We are in Pennsylvania. Dale,
I have Cat.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, we decided last minute. I asked Dale to come over to Airbnb and go live with us. So, I thought that would be fun. Julian is back, a married man. Sorry, ladies.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Rachel Strickland below us has been on before. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves. And we have Chachingking with us, Scott. So, Scott, we are happy to have you here. I am going to let Miss Rachel introduce yourself.
Hey guys, my name is Rachel Strickland. You can find me here on YouTube as Rachel Strickland. We're on Instagram as Reseller Rachel Strickland. I'm a full-time reseller. I sell on eBay, Poshmark, and recently a little bit on Mercari. And I show you guys and everyone who's watching how to find and thrift vintage and designer items, and also how to authenticate designer items. So I would love to have you as part of my YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed.
All right, here's Scott.
Hey, I'm Scott, Chachingking here on YouTube and on Instagram. And my wife and I sell on eBay, Poshmark, and Etsy. Full-time, I retired from my job as a school superintendent. I taught Rachel everything she knows. And so, but I would love to have you be a part of what we're doing. We have a good time with it. And that's it.
Perfect.
That's accurate. Actually, that's the truth.
Here, I'm going to make me big, but I'm going to move. You introduce yourself.
Oh, no. She didn't warn me it was going to happen. I'm Dale. My channel is Flippin' Fiasco, and it's very accurate because I am truly a flippin' fiasco. So I sell on eBay and Poshmark, but I am very part-time. I have a full-time job, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Perfect. I snuck that in on her.
She did.
Julian, I'm going to make you big, just in case we got some new peoples.
That's right. I have been gone.
Surprise on Julian, too. Just tell them.
Hey, my name is Julian, also known as the Bearded Thrift Machine here on YouTube, and I do what everybody else does. I basically buy stuff, flip it online, and I make YouTube videos about it as well. And I do have a Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and I now have a PO box, and we have an email. So all of that is under the Bearded Thrift Machine. If you need any questions, just always shoot me an email or Facebook message, and I usually get back with you. I'm super behind. People in the chat are like, you haven't answered any comments in the last week. I know we didn't have service up in the mountains, and I'm getting back to everybody's comments throughout this week. So thank you. And thanks for being here tonight, and thank you for the guests, and good to see Dale also.
Yes. All right, guys, we had a look at, I love when he's here. Julian is so on the ball. We have a super sticker from Miss Melanie. So Melanie, thank you so much. Here is your dolphin. Super chat. All right.
He's good.
There's going to be lots of dolphins at the beginning, and then we will get right to the questions. Reclaimed Eclectic joined the channel membership. So thank you. Here's your dolphin. Welcome to the flipping family. Oh, Julian, listen, this is my friend. Lori Jean lives in the Florida Keys, and they have a charter business.
What?
What a dream.
We're going to go down and visit her in June. Just saying. Just saying. So, Lori, thank you for joining the membership, and I get to meet her soon. Here is your dolphin. Welcome to the flipping family. All right, now it's on me. Julian grabs those for me, and I grab the questions. First question is from Anna Davis. I have a question. Do y'all put thank you cards in with your orders, or is that just a preference?
I used to put thank you cards in until I ran out of them, and I'm either too busy or too lazy to order more. But if it's like a viewer sale or someone that I know, I always write like a handwritten, like when Scott buys from me, he gets a thank you card.
Yeah. I'm not buying anything from her. Don't listen to that. I don't use cards. I have thank you stickers, like hanging by my desk. So I use those.
I don't. I used to, but I used to always forget to put them in. But now if I know if it's a viewer, I don't get a lot of viewer sales. But if they write me a little message, I usually do give them a handwritten message back and saying thank you. Or I forget that and I write it on the box.
I do that sometimes.
I have thank you stickers as well. And then I do put like business cards in that encourage them to leave feedback. So I need all the help I can get. So.
And I was like Julian, and I bought them and I kept forgetting to put them in. My husband packs half the time. I couldn't get him to put them in, so we squashed that. But I have stickers that I throw in for viewer sales, and that I'm good. And I handwrite thank you on the outside of those envelopes. But for my regular eBay sales, I do not do anything.
Just make sure it gets there safe.
Yes, gets there safe and on time. Mr. Jeremy, how did we end up like this? That's a very good question. What got you into reselling? And tell us a story of you, mostly for Scott and Rachel, since Julian and Kat have basically, well, he didn't know Dale was going to be here, since Julian and I have answered this before.
I'll give you the Cliff Notes version since we probably want to get on the other things in the show. But I used to thrift out of necessity. I just, as a young mom, didn't have a whole lot of money. And then I would find things and think, man, this is such a good deal, but it's not my size. And then one day on a YouTube channel that had nothing to do with reselling, I stumbled upon the idea that people bought things at thrift stores and resold them. And I was like, where has this been all my life? I'm clearly meant for this job. And so I went to the Goodwill bins the first time that weekend, and I found like a Coach bag, and I was absolutely hooked. And then when I had my youngest son 5 years ago, I just walked away from my full-time as a real estate agent. And I still did real estate on the side until earlier, I guess it's been early this year. I completely walked away from real estate and doing this solely now. So it's perfect for a stay-at-home mom.
Yes.
Everybody froze. Is it my turn?
Yes, so, and you're clear. You're not froze.
In the mid-'70s, I used to skip first period in junior high, and I would run to the 7-Eleven and buy bubble yum for 20 cents a pack, and there was 5 of them in a pack, and I would sell it all day at school for 10 cents a piece, and paid for most of my school clothes that way. And so I've sold all my life, I think, the whole time.
That is funny.
I bought a teapot and then I flipped it and made money and said, I can do this.
I got this.
I got this.
Yeah, and I've always done like yard sales and just between friends, and like I just hate waste. I think my grandmother instilled that in me. So then I kind of stumbled into actually intentionally buying things, not just selling what we had.
Yeah, and I was like Scott. I was buying stuff like sour. What were they called? Sour heads? Is that what they're called? Sour heads or something. And I was selling it from Sam's, like in a big jar, and I would sell them at middle school and make a profit on them. So I started that early myself. And my brother was a flea market dealer, so I grew up like with him buying like truckloads of stuff and reselling it. So I was around it when I was growing up as well. Go to Mimi's house.
Aww.
$10 super chat. Thank you, Kat, Julian, Rachel, and Scott. You're very, very welcome, Miss Mimi. Here is your dolphin. Super chat. So I think Jeremy is filling in for Duncan. I believe Duncan is heading out to the country, and he said he would be listening, but he could not put in his questions. So I think he recruited some people to do it for him. Jeremy says, where on earth do you put it all? How big is your house? How much does storage consume? Do you have a shed, a storage unit? What is D&D style bag of holding?
I'm not sure what that last part is.
I don't.
It's like the TARDIS.
Oh, okay. It's a joke.
We're all like,
Okay.
So my house, we're blessed to have a basement. We've got 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, but we don't have any storage units or anything like that. And of that space, I mean, I have 2 kids and a husband. So I have 1 bedroom of that house that I operate, 1,400 active listings. All of my unsold inventory is in this room, my YouTube studio, my photography station, my shipping station, everything is in 1 bedroom of this room that I'm in right now. So I have to have it like kind of photo ready. It's a little messy back there because it is everything in here. Recently, we added a metal shelf into the laundry room for some overflow of inventory, but everything has to happen out of that space, which anymore it's kind of nerve-wracking sometimes because I feel like I wake up at work because we operate another business, my husband's business, also out of this house, and we're just always working and at home, not escaping it. So I don't know if I'll consider something else maybe in the future, but mine operates out of one bedroom. My husband's an electrician, so he owns Strickland Electric, and his is mainly in his van, and I get this one bedroom, and then I guess the kids get the rest of our house. I don't even know how this happened.
That's pretty much how it goes.
It's my whole house, so I don't know. I don't really have a house. I live like in a warehouse, I think. So our house is 1,700 square feet, and I have a shop that is about 1,200 square feet, but it's all woodworking stuff. And then I have a storage building that's probably 800 square feet, but it's just full of lumber. So eBay is in my house. Everywhere
that would be some
in
good
my
money
house
right now with wood prices where they are.
I have a 3-bedroom, 2-car garage, regular style house. I think it's like 1,700 square feet, maybe less than that. I take up 2 whole bedrooms, this one, and then the other ones. This one's mostly, well, yeah, all listed, but I have a lot more room in here that I can go. And then the other one is basically like boxes and some other stuff and listed inventory. I have a storage unit, which is going to get upgraded. Right now, it's only a 10 by 15. We were probably going to move to like a 10 by 20 or 10 by 30. Easily, I could fill one of those up. And then my entire garage right now is completely full of stuff because we just got back and we haven't listed anything we picked up on our honeymoon. I have loads and loads of stuff. So it's taking over.
Yeah. Well, I would have it take over the house, but my husband won't have that. So I've kind of like taken over 2 rooms, like our spare bedroom and then like a family room that we weren't really using anyway. That's off of our kitchen. But he recently talked me into getting a small storage unit. Why are we?
No, my Okay, I'm just.
Did she call somebody?
I don't hear the echo.
It was us. It was us. It's gone now. Okay, so anyway, he convinced me to get a storage unit. So I did recently do a video about that on my channel. So it's just a small 5 by 10, and I purposely made it hard on myself and put my listed inventory in the storage unit because it forced me to get organized and make sure that everything was labeled so that I didn't have the challenge of trying to find items and are they in the storage unit or are they in one of these 2 rooms. So it forced me to get organized, and it also puts all of my unlisted inventory in front of my face in the house, and I have to deal with it. So for now, that's what I'm doing, but eventually I'm probably going to want my listed inventory in the house so that it's easier to pick orders. But that's where I'm at right now.
And I have Dalton is right there. You guys can't see him.
I didn't burp.
You have to come back here if you would like them to see you. I have 2 sheds. I have a 12 by 40, and then I have a 12 by 24. And I also have another 12 by 24 storage area. I have gotten all my stuff out of my house, so I don't use any of the house. Not all. I'll take that back. There are like 2 small bookcases still in the house, but other than that, I don't have anything in the house. So altogether, though, I'm probably like 1,500 plus square feet of inventory, at least. A house full, but it's not in my house anymore. So that's the nice thing. This is probably, Valerie, I'm going to put this up because I think this is kind of a loaded question. She's asking about like Murano style or Murano in the listings. Is it okay or not?
To my knowledge, you can't put style or like in the title. You can't combine 2 different brand names either. So like that's the reason why you can't write Cole Haan and Nike Air, even though they are on the same product, because you can't have 2 brands, because it leads people to put Louis Vuitton like or replica items, and basically you're just clickbaiting the title to try to appear in search results. So absolutely not. Do not write Murano style or Murano like or anything like that, because I mean you could get in trouble from eBay. They may warn you the first time, but they're going to eventually reprimand you for it.
Yeah, it's not more complicated than that. I don't do it at all.
Yeah, I don't know the rules on it because I don't do it, but you're right. The Kohan Nike Air thing is annoying. I mean, they're on the same shoe.
Yeah, like when there's a collaboration. And I have like Millefiori. I saw Jeremy write about it. So like you've got Millefiori, which is like it is complicated when you get into Murano, Millefiori and stuff like that. So I will put, like, if I have a piece that's not signed that I believe is Murano, sometimes I will put Murano in question mark. Like my expensive roundels that just sold. Okay.
Aren't we plugged in?
Dalton just unplugged it. My expensive roundels that just sold, I put a period, but it's hard to date them. Even like art experts say it's hard to date them. So I put 2 different periods and put a question mark. And even when the Asian art expert reviewed that, he didn't say anything. He said he didn't think it was those, but like he didn't make a negative connotation about it. So some pieces I feel like putting that question mark, if you really think it is okay, but you're not supposed to do the style and like I'll put like Victorian style and stuff, but not necessarily the name brands. Oh. Sorry, we have a jumping Dalton behind us. Tim McMinn, $10 super chat. How do each of you approach your building listings and international shippings? Any warnings to start? I'm thinking of just Canada. Thanks for the education.
I wish I had started using eBay's GSP long before I did. I wanted to overcomplicate it in my own mind, but it is truly as simple as mailing your item to Kentucky. So I don't do international, like any standard international shipping or anything like that on my own, which I understand is not very complicated either. I just use GSP. It does charge the buyer a higher shipping rate, but I'm very comfortable with it. I know to each their own for their business. And for me, I wish I'd started GSP earlier. I would encourage all new resellers, anyone selling on eBay, to at least enable GSP. And then as far as building your listing, that's just kind of built in. It's automatic unless I check that I don't want to. Like if I list some huge television or something, maybe I don't want to ship that GSP. But for the most part, all of my listings, I enable GSP.
Global shipping program is awesome. A couple of warnings about it. You got to make sure that you get your weights and dimensions right when you're shipping, because that's how they've billed the person that is paying the GSP for it. And 2, there are some, go back and watch my video about somebody stealing my pocket knife if you want to see some global shipping mess ups. That one was pretty intense. Like there are some places you can't ship some items. And so if it's questionable at all, just don't put that one on the global shipping program.
Yeah, I use global shipping too. And I don't do any type of, I don't exclude any countries. They usually will handle all that stuff for me. I've had multiple countries say, hey, you can't, why is it saying I can't ship here? And it's usually because the item's restricted to be shipped there. They'll usually won't be able to buy it or something, or they can't pay for it. I think they can buy it, but they can't pay for it. Because I've had a couple of things that I was selling. One was actually Canada, and we went rounds and rounds. I ended up calling, and they were like, yeah, it can't be sold, or you can't get it through customs or whatever. So I was like, okay, sounds good to me. So they handle all that. I also don't do the standard shipping stuff. I just go straight through global shipping.
Yeah, I use global shipping because it's so easy, and I'm just not as advanced as Kat. She can tell you about the other method.
So I wouldn't start with just Canada. If you're going to do it, I would do it. There's no, it's not any different shipping to Canada than shipping to the other country. It will a lot of times stop you. Like I was listing some Zippos last week and it wouldn't let me check international. It's like, this item is not eligible for shipping because you can't ship lighters overseas. So it did not let me. And I use standard international, which is cheaper for the buyer if the item's under $50. And then if it's over $50, I do the global shipping program just because there's a little bit more insurance coverage when you do that. But I wouldn't start with just Canada. I really would, I would turn it on and just do it if it were me, because it's really, there's not much different after you check that box. You're going to print the label out. Everything else is going to be the same. But like Scott said, make sure you know the weight, because a pound in the US might be a couple dollars more, like if it's a pound over, but a pound in international is going to be like $10 to $12 more if you're using standard international. So if it's like a $30 item, that's a pretty big hit to your pocket if you didn't calculate the weight of it right. And I am going to give Tim his dolphin now. Here's your dolphin, Tim. Thank you. Super chat. Generous. Sorry. We got here. I'm going to explain my whole crazy situation. So if you did not see my video, the dunes in front of my resort caught fire Sunday night, the first night I got there. So we were up until 1 a.m. And then they started construction above our head before 8 a.m. So myself, my mom, and Dalton all didn't get very much sleep. Then we went to the meetup in Myrtle Beach. And then we got here tonight an hour before showtime. And they sent me instructions with blank quotations for the code to get in the door. And we could not get in our Airbnb. So we got in here maybe 10 minutes before the show started and threw together what you can't see. But it's kind of it's a complicated contraption that we're using to be here. Luckily, Dale was here, so Dale helped carry in my mom's bags. But we've had it's been a bit of a trip for us, a bit of a trip. So thank you guys. If I'm all over the place, that's what's happened the last few days to me. Lack of sleep and lots of driving. Let's see. Here, we could use a non-reselling question. Jeremy wants to know, what's your least favorite type of pet?
I don't have any pets and I don't like any of them. I like animals. I'm a vegan, but my least favorite type of pet would have to be a fish, because at least with other pets, you can pet them or walk them, or there's some trade-off for owning them and cleaning up after them. But a goldfish, no offense to anyone with goldfish, but it's just kind of a stupid pet, because you just have to clean the tank and look at them, and you could get a picture. And I'm sorry, I probably just offended someone.
That's how you really feel.
But I'm just answering it honestly. Scott, what do you think?
My favorite type of pet is a fish. And I have a tank behind my house and got fish in it. I don't really hate any of them. We have a cat that I think is evil.
I was going to say plotting your death.
Yeah, it's my son and my wife are both cat people, and it knows that I'm not. So I don't know. I'd ship it to one of you, even global shipping if necessary.
Would you poke holes in the box?
I'd poke holes in something. Just
maybe.
Box in polybag type of deal there.
Box in bag.
Oh my God.
Box in bag.
I'm never going to be invited back.
I actually don't have really the least favorite. Any type of, I like all animals. We've had dogs and fishes and all of them, and I like all of them. I don't I guess it would be something, we were going to get a bearded dragon. It was going to be the mascot of the show until I figured out the work that goes into owning a lizard.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's my least favorite because I never owned it, but man, I read the instruction manual on that thing and I was like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do this. You can't. It's very hard to properly take care of one. So no bearded dragon here. Nope. So not my least favorite, just.
She's got chickens, so I think chickens would probably like farm animals, not good pets.
All the stuff that I have.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any. I really don't. Because we have fish, we have axolotls, we have cats, I had goats, we have chickens. I live on 11 acres, and I would probably have a lot more if I thought I had time to take care of it, but I don't. So yeah, I don't have a least favorite because I like everything. I think did I see Mark? I did see Mark. Yes, guys. Richard is less than 100 away from 1,000 subs. I really, really, really want to get Richard to 1,000 subs during this show. So if you are not subscribed to Richard Otnip Drop Flips, please please go subscribe. And if somebody will watch his count for us and tell us, he was at like 908, I think, last time I looked. So we're very, very close. There are 420 people in the chat. We just need 25% of you to go subscribe to Richard, and we will hit our goal. We will hit our goal. So here, this is Dolphin for Mark and for Richard, who both helped me a lot. Thank you guys both. I appreciate you both.
Super chat.
929.
Okay, we're at 929. We need 70 more people. You guys are getting it there.
You got it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
930.
Dale's gonna be sick. I'm gonna answer, Carol. I know you asked this before we went live, but yes, we made it to PA. We like barely got in here though and came live. My mom is upstairs in the bedroom, and Dalton went back up. I made the mistake of going to check on him, and that's how I brought him back downstairs with me. So that was he was being quiet, and it worried me.
She was like, "Where's Dalton?"
I was scared.
She got scared.
So he is back up there, and now I know he's okay. And tomorrow, Dale is off the whole time I am here. She is off of work for the rest of the week. So tomorrow we're taking my mom and to the quilt show, and then Dale made a map. I'm just gonna go wherever she tells me to go, and we're gonna go have fun.
There are so many places in Lancaster County to go. It's like unbelievable.
Christopher,
So funny.
$20 super chat. My favorite is and here.
Never a fish.
This is not a fish. Dolphins are mammals, but I mean it's kind of a fish. All right.
Sorry, Christopher.
That was like so quick-witted. I loved it too.
That was great. All right. Here's your mammal, not a fish.
Super chat.
60.
960. 40 more people, guys.
963.
But the dog
Speaking of
in Christopher's profile picture is really cute. It's much better than a fish.
Okay, Richard has a question. Speaking of Richard, what would you do to improve your reselling business that you are not doing currently?
I would and should. I have an immediate answer. Be better at taking things off when they sell on a different platform. Because I thank you guys for nodding that I'm not a total loser, because that's why I'm in trouble on eBay all the time, is because it sold on Poshmark and it sold on, guys, I mean, you got so many things throughout the day. I'm not selling a million things a day. That's an excuse. I need to quit making excuses, treat my business like my business, and take down daggum things off of eBay when they sell on Poshmark. That is 100% what I need to do.
I'm like OCD. If it sells anywhere but eBay, it is taken down that second. Now, the opposite way, like stuff that sells on eBay getting taken down on, not so much. But eBay, because I don't want to get dinged, because that's my main income. So like the second something sells on Posh or Etsy or Facebook, it is gone from eBay. But not true vice versa for me.
I think for us, we just don't list as consistently as we should. You know, while we do this full time and it provides a full time income, we don't have to work full time because I have a retirement income. So, you know, a murder mystery will come on and we end up watching that instead. And
you get distracted.
You know, so, but if we listed more consistently, we would make more than we do.
Hands down organization on my inventory system. I sold a thing I had for a year and a half, and it felt like a year and a half to find it. So it was like, I looked everywhere for that thing. I found it, but it really did take like 20 minutes. So I need to like go back and revamp stuff and really I got to do better at that. No excuse.
Yeah. I was I have to say, like, I was so glad that I took the time. It was like 2 weekends ago to inventory all of my bins that I was taking to the storage unit. And that is like, it has been such a like relief to know where things are when they sell. It's huge. But the one thing, to answer the question, I would quit my full-time job.
That's my goal while we're here. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Perfect.
For me, probably organization too. I need to keep better records because I'm so used to like my accountant does everything. I would like to kind of do a little more myself so I have a little more insight into it because I really don't like, I know how much I paid, I know how much my fees are, but as far as like really like keeping track of stuff, I don't do good at it. I'm like, he's gonna do it, and I just let him do it. So I think that would probably be for me the biggest thing. Yes. Well, there you go. Rachel and Scott together. We're glad they are here together.
Wait, are you both like, where are you both located? I'm sorry that I don't know.
Missouri.
Central Texas.
Oh, okay. and you're retired from a full-time job?
I was a school superintendent.
It's because I put that question up. You were what, Scott?
I was a school superintendent.
That's what my grandfather did, actually. When I was a child, he
You were
was
the
school
top dog.
School superintendent.
I was called worse, but
That's funny.
Richard said 9.
Valerie, me and Richard and George and everybody else are excited to meet you too. Camp is coming up fast. It's in 3 weeks. That's a little scary for me. I'm not 100% ready. I did order everybody's t-shirts. I will announce here for both the camps, List Perfectly is sponsoring, and everybody that comes to my camps will get a free month of List Perfectly, and some freebies from American Bubble Boy too. So the campers will get lots of gifts.
campers. Happy campers.
That's so great.
Happy campers.
Happy campers. I'm scrolling for a question. I'm scrolling. Miss Marcia, Red Cardinal Treasures. How many hours on average do you put in a day for reselling, and how many days a week?
I work 27 hours a day. No, literally. I feel like I do. I quit keeping track a long time ago because it makes me feel better to not know how many hours I'm working a day. Especially running YouTube also. Between YouTube and reselling, guys, I wake up and start working, and I go to bed when I can't stay up any longer. I'd average hours a day. I mean, at least 8 hours a day I'm working reselling at minimum.
So for us, I mean, this is also what we do for fun. So I don't know all of them. Like, I mean, we enjoy the thrifting and the finding stuff. And so, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like this is, if you're the type that you feel like you have to keep track of your hours when you do this job, you probably shouldn't do this job.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's a good bit. I would say that I'm splitting probably 3/4 reselling and now 1/4 into YouTube. And the more I get on YouTube and create more income there is then I start chipping away and hopefully 50-50, you know, and that's how I can do that. But I would say easily 8 hours on reselling and maybe 2 hours a day on YouTube. I mean, today, literally, I sat down for 2.5 hours and just did comments, and I'm not even a quarter of the way through the comments. So it's both of them are very time consuming. So 27 hours is probably accurate, like Rachel said, or 24. Or 23.
So I'm pretty bad Monday through Friday. I'm just
because she has a regular job. There's a reason.
Yes.
It's not
like I am working my full-time job 8 to 5. 8 to 5. And yeah, so that's just tough for me. And because I also then, you know, my husband would like to spend time with me, bless his heart. And and right now my older daughter's home and she's 20. She's not going to be home for long, so I'm trying to like soak in that time with her while she's home. And our dogs, we take them for a walk every night. Like, I have all the excuses in the world, but the weekends I try to get in a solid 10 hours on the weekends.
Between the 2 days?
Between the 2 days, probably, yeah.
That's pretty good.
So for me, as far as reselling, I would say shipping is probably about an hour a day. Monday through Friday, we don't ship on Saturdays. Listing is probably between 3 and 5 because I do have people listing for me. So I have to make my drafts active. And then I try and do like an hour or 2 of my own listings. So I would say probably 6 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm trying to make myself like chill out on Sundays and like not do it. And I am a workaholic. Like I was up at 5 a.m. this morning in the hotel room making drafts active until 7 a.m. when my mom woke up. So yeah, I'm a workaholic, and then YouTube is probably another 4 hours a day. So a lot.
I stink at both.
A
So
lot.
that's why I've been getting, like, if I'm lucky, 1 video a week. I see a Dalton.
If you hear footsteps, we're in a 2-story Airbnb, and Dalton is running upstairs. So if you guys hear that, I am sorry. Then I at least know where he's at.
Perfect.
You're over there. Okay, we got it. So at home, I go out to the shed. That is how I am, like, have quiet time when I'm doing my lives. But there's no shed at the Airbnb, and there's no Brad inside of the house either. So he's at home holding down the fort as far as
Doing the
eBay.
tough shipping.
Yeah, I sold like 5 16 by 20s over the weekend. My poor
Yeah.
husband.
No.
And then another one sold today, and I'm like, because normally I do that because I know he hates them, but I'm not there to do it. So yeah. All right. Mika Naylor sent a $5 super sticker. Thank you so much. Here is your dolphin.
Super chat.
Richard's 17 away.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're looking too. We have it up on Dale's phone.
16. He's 16,
16
away.
more people, guys. Go subscribe to Richard.Nip Drop Flips. If Mark, I'm sure Mark is dropping the link again for me because he's amazing.
I don't know how she just spits that name out. I stumble
It's
over it
'cause
every
he's-
time. Nip drop this.
Nip Drop Flips. Mom's Closets, Texas. Miss Christie, what are your grails? Something you want to find but have not yet.
Something Chanel other than perfume, probably. But let's be honest, if I find it, it would have to not be my size. So let's hope it's not a purse or something because I'm going to keep it. So yeah, the stuff I've ever actually thrifted Chanel is perfume. I'd love to find something that's not perfume and Chanel.
I think I would like to find some truly vintage denim back to the 20s or 30s. I've gotten back to the 40s, but I've never pre-World War II would be an amazing find.
I would want any Jurassic Park t-shirt that's the original, and I would keep it for myself. And then I'm like the only golf guy that hasn't found a Scotty Cameron, like a decent Scotty Cameron. And I look for them actively every day of my life, and I still haven't found one. So one of those would be nice this summer.
So for some reason, I'm stuck on teaks. Like, I really want to find a pair of teaks. I found Rothy's like within the first few months of reselling, but I have not found teaks. What is teaks? They're the ones with the like heel bottom shoes.
Oh,
Like
I
ballet
don't-
Can you
flats that
spell
kind of
it?
fold up.
Like,
I have found some
Oh.
Teaks and some Rothy's. Those are both good.
Yeah. I would like to find Dale's pink puppies.
Ain't that the truth? Like a dozen of them.
Yes. So if you guys missed, she sold Build-A-Bear pink puppies for $700 and $1,200. That she paid $3 each at a yard sale for. So I would really like to find her pink puppies.
I'd like to find more pink puppies.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Pink patchwork puppies.
And she found 2 of the same one at the yard sale for $3.
That's
It was
amazing.
$4, but still.
$4. Sorry, $4. $4.
Keeping it honest here.
I don't have like particular things that I hunt for though, because I like switch it up so much and do the auctions. So I don't really have like I just want to increase my average sales price. That's like my big.
I want to find good stuff cheap.
Yeah.
Cami Parks sent a $10 super chat, said recovering from back surgery. Thank you for all the content. It's really inspiring me and can't wait to get back to picking. Cami, I hope you recover quickly and I hope you're doing well. And thank you for watching us. And Richard, what are you doing sending me a $30 super chat? Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Cami, here is your dolphin. Richard is distracting me.
Super chat.
You got one.
Someone
in
else
front of
beat
that.
Richard.
He's 5 away.
He's 5 away, guys.
That's
5.
10. That's 10.
5.
5.
5.
We're like all hyped. We went to dinner,
4 away.
and then I realized I don't know how to get in my Airbnb, and so it's been All right, Tiffany, thank you for the $5. Richard, you're getting all of the dolphins tonight. All of the dolphins. Here you go.
Super chat.
We need 3 more.
2 more.
2 more.
That's exciting.
You can say that you were the 1,000th subscriber.
1 more.
$9.99.
One more.
Who's gonna be the 1,000th subscriber?
He hit it.
Oh yeah!
Well
I told you,
deserved.
Richard.
Go, Richard.
I told him yesterday. I said, Richard, I have a goal, and if you guys know me, when I get something in my head, I'm gonna do it. And I'm like, by the end of the show, you're hitting it. And there you go. So, Richard, thank you for the $30 super chat. Everybody, thank you for subscribing and making it happen. Richard has helped me for years, and I don't pay him. And he gives me super chats. And I'm excited to get to meet him in person again, or see him in person again. Here in 3 weeks, I get to see Richard at my camp. So I'm excited. So Richard, and actually Scott, didn't you hit 1,000 from our show too?
I did too.
I was just waiting for a moment to cut in. Yes,
Did you
it was
too?
back in November. I was about 100 away, and I got there the same thing. And then the next day, YouTube took them all away from me, and then they were gone for like 3 days, and then they gave them back. It was like,
Yeah.
So the way that
Oh,
people can help,
YouTube.
if you just subscribe to Richard's channel, make sure that you go watch a video and make sure that your subscription sticks.
Yes, for sure. So Richard, congrats again
Yay.
on 1K. Here is your dolphin.
Super chat.
You saw the dolphin?
Here, look, Richard gave Dalton a dolphin last night during the premiere. Dalton, look up there. Tell Richard thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Heidi's Hodgepodgery. For those of you that do live sales, how do you collect taxes?
I do not do any live sales.
I don't do any live sales either.
Neither do I.
So for me, I only have to pay it for ones in Florida, and I just have the accountant. I pay it. Like, I don't charge my customers it. I could when I invoice them on PayPal, because I can see who lives in Florida, but I just tell my accountant how much the sales in Florida and do that. So for out of state, I don't. Do not take that. Sorry guys, I'm scrolling. There's tons of chitter chatter. And I'm used to having a mouse, not just my laptop to explain.
Oh, you're using one of those pad things? That thing's impossible.
I am using a little pad thing.
I am of no help. I'm just here to smile.
She's just watching. I mean, it's not like she could scroll for me. I mean,
I could.
it's not very easy. It's not very easy. Marcia, thank you. I'm gonna kind of spoil the surprise. It's only lighter because I have plans for it for my April camp. It is just a step in the process. So it's not staying this way. It is just.
I want pink in my hair like Rachel's. I like that.
I just put this in here today. My son was like, Mom, you need more pink in your hair. So I put it in there.
I love
Not
it.
digging the hair conversation.
I would just like to have some, right? Couple.
Poor guys.
I just want to out of mine.
Give me a couple.
T Peddler wants to know a PO box ?
Yeah, I answered that. It's
Okay, good.
942 Morals Inlet, South Carolina.
Oh, the actual one. Oh yeah. Teacher treasure chest. I normally sell between 500 and 700 net profit per month. This month I'm sitting at 300 net profit. Is everyone seeing a dip in their sales in March? I'm a part-time reseller.
I would say, try not to compare. And although it's nice to think like, hey, is everyone having the same trouble? you're always going to find someone, if you are in a bad situation, that will agree that they are also. Or if you're in a really, really great place, you're going to find people to agree with you as well. So just focus on your numbers and maybe figure out why your sales are smaller, and focus on what you can control. Because if you just say people aren't buying, then you've just taken all the power to control your store and your net sales, and you've put it outside of your control, and you've made yourself powerless. So focus on, can I list more? Can I run sales? Are my prices too high? Am I not listing the right types of things? Like when you say overall sales are slow, like trust me when I say you don't want people to agree with you on this, because then again, you leave yourself powerless. So focus on what you can control. You know, maybe people are doing less luxury spending right now because of, you know, recent price hikes on lots of things. So find those items that are $30 and cheaper and start listing those on eBay, because that's the average sales price on eBay anyway. But focus on what you can control would be my best advice.
Yeah, 100% Rachel is correct. You know, if my sales drop, and to answer the question, this month has been better for me than last month, but last month wasn't great because I didn't list a lot. And, you know, the thing is, there's always going to be somebody winning, which means that if they figured it out, I should be able to figure it out too. So I'm always expecting the target to move, and I try to anticipate it and move along with it.
And I'm a big fan of also looking at what I did last year and not so much what people are doing this year, because like, I don't know what they're doing in their lives. They could be listing 50 items a day. I have no idea. All I know is what I'm doing. And March has been super slow for me because I haven't listed much. I've been on vacation, got married. It's the worst month I've ever had, probably in a while. But
he got married. It's the worst month he ever had.
No, I mean, other than that, if Caleb's watching, he made that up. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm saying in sales. And that is, yeah, it was the best month I've ever had in my life. Next question. No, but most of the sales are definitely, they're down because of me and everything that I do. So, yes.
Oh yeah, so I agree with what Rachel said. You have just perfect.
Dalton is like attacking her guys off camera. Well, now on camera. So he's to track.
So yes, what Rachel said.
And I want to definitely impress what Rachel said. Don't compare yourself to us and don't compare yourself to others, because there's always going to be people down and there's always going to be people up. We are actually 90% up from last month. We're at $19,000. So I said it, I've said it before, but like yesterday, I think I did $80 and I have 140,000 in inventory. So that's a very, very slow and hard day for me, selling $84. But just keep listing. And like Julian said, you don't know if they're listing 50 items. So I have 2 people helping me list on top of myself. So I am getting up between 30 and 50 listings a day on average. So that is a big jump on my sales. And it should be, because I'm paying out more money. I'm paying more employees, you know, so I'm spending more.
That's true.
Stop kissing her. She doesn't want you to kiss her.
I saw my parents jump in the chat and I just wanted to say hi to them real quick. Hi, Mom and Dad.
Oh, hi, Mom and Dad.
What's that?
It's Nana. Pear Tree Finds. I have a set of 6 vintage embroidery napkins. One is stained. Should I just sell 5 napkins?
Well, a better place setting would be a set of 6 or 8. 5's kind of weird. If you were going to take any out, you need to take 2 out instead of sell a set of 4, in my opinion. But, you know, try OxyClean. Honestly, try to get it out, especially if you're considering just breaking up the set. Try to get it out. You could still list it and list one with stained. If you want it to be a perfect listing, though, I'd go with 4. But that's just to keep, you know, I'm a homemaker, so I know that I'm looking for 4, 6, or 8.
I would probably do 5 plus 1 in the listing. I would list 5 with the 1 free. I wouldn't do anything else with it. I'd make sure they get it. But to make sure that they know that they're paying for the 5 and you get the bonus one, maybe you can fix it. But that's what I would do with it.
This is 100% out of my expertise whatsoever. I'm telling you right now, what I'm going to do is I'm listing them 6. 1 has a stain. Most likely they're not going to read that. And I'm going to say, read. And then there's going to be an issue with it. So yeah, that's how that's going to go down. Because I've done that before. So,
I
but
bet
I
they're
am
pretty,
listing all
though.
6 and 1 with a stain.
Yeah,
Also,
I would probably do like Scott said. I think that's a great idea, listing 5 and just give them the 6th one free. And you could put in the comments, 6th one has a stain and giving as an additional bonus or something like that. That way, again, they know they are not paying for that 6th one. So that is not open for discussion once they get it. Carolyn Cusack, tell us more about your memberships. And she said she's wondering how the one works with you finding items for us. So the $1.99 membership is store reviews. I do eBay store reviews once a month, the first Monday of every month. And then the sourcing one, which is my favorite one, is every other Saturday. And we've had to go into Sundays because I want to make sure I get it done for everybody who's in it. So it has been Saturday and Sunday a couple of times the past few. So with that, we go on HiBid. I put in your zip code and I look for stuff in your location. And we, again, Saturdays go like 8 to midnight. So there's a lot on YouTube if you're not in my membership that I do that you guys don't see. And that includes probably 6 extra lives, over 30 hours more of lives a month for my memberships. And then the $19.99 membership includes both the eBay store review, the live sourcing, and then we go live shipping every other Monday. So you get to see Brad, my husband, who is like very rarely seen in any videos. It's Brad, myself, and Dalton doing our Monday packing because that's our busiest day. And then you can ask questions about like how we're shipping, what we're doing, and really questions about anything. So those are the 3 different levels. So yeah, 5 or 6 extra lives, and most of them go 3 to 4 hours long. My members know each other well. I'm sure they're in the chat and can tell you. They have like made their own Facebook group. I just joined. I was like, I'm gonna join and go comment, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that if you have any questions, you can email me or send me an Instagram message too. Look at Troy in the house. This is not, well, I mean, Rachel could answer though. Rachel,
Yeah.
Where's the other half of
Like
Rachel?
my beard?
Not
I just I trim it if it's getting unruly or if you can see it in videos,
Don't money on the dark.
I'm pretty sure that's not meant for me. Mine's pretty short.
Hey, yours is very shaped and nice.
Yeah, that's pretty shapely. That looks good.
Well, I mean, I found out the more of my face I cover up, the better looking I get. So
that's what I realized that with my chins. I said, if I can get this thing down here, you can't see my chins. So that works out well. No, I was actually going to get it professionally done
tonight
for the wedding, but I didn't. And it's a real pain. I can't imagine having a beard as long as Drew's because it's ridiculous. That thing would be.
Where is Drew?
Rough.
He's in the chat.
there he
yeah.
is. He said I heard my name.
Yeah.
Yeah, his beard kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it looks good. I would think that like maybe here would be my max. I don't know. Because when you put a shirt on, it gets like stuck and then when you wake up, it's like all up here. It's
Yeah, he grew it out to his belt buckle once.
That's
Wow.
pretty far. I would cut half that off and
He's a
put it on top
wizard.
of my head
that's crazy.
and have a ponytail. Yeah. Or shape it like a hoop.
I'm going to answer this real quick, and then I see a $49.99 super chat.
Wow.
Reclaimed Eclectic. I think you emailed me. If you did, I've been on the road the past 4 days. I think it was you. Orlando is sold out completely. There are no spots left for Orlando.
Wow.
And if it is you,
Sorry.
if it's you, email me again because somebody emailed me asking about helping, and if that was email me again. Give me a chance when I'm not driving like 9 to 10 hours a day, twice in 4 days. I am here for the remainder of the week, so I will have some downtime and be able to respond to emails. But technically, Orlando is completely sold out. Sevierville.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's in 3 weeks. Like I said, I'm like, I don't want to think about it because I'll get myself all frazzled because I'm not like, I'm not ready. I ordered all the t-shirts and I have the notebook. I have all the stuff, but I need to like touch up my presentation. But Sevierville, Tennessee still has one private room and then multiple bunk rooms available. So that one still has openings. Oh, grab super chat. Christopher again. Just wanted to say the content you YouTubers put out helps so many people. I have all my life paid it forward to many people, and you do the same with me. Thank you. Christopher, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. I'm going to give you another doll.
Super chat. Oh, what's that puppy?
I don't know what Christopher's puppy's name is. You might have to ask him. He's pointing.
Do you want to ask him?
Do you want to ask him? Ask him his puppy's name.
Look up there and see.
What's your puppy's name?
All right. Somebody watch the chat for me for Christopher's puppy's name. We need to know it. Dalton is very happy with that puppy.
Peanut.
His name's Peanut.
Peanut. That
Oh.
puppy's name is Peanut. What do you think of that name?
You're
cute.
He's cute.
He is
Yes,
cute.
he is cute.
I have to say hi to Israel real quick because Drew said Israel says hi. Hi,
Yeah,
Israel.
go ahead.
Hi, Israel.
What's that?
Miss Mary Garcia, how do you balance work life and personal life?
Oh,
Here we
you just get everyone in your personal life thrifting and then you're fine. Like birthday parties are at Goodwill. Blend the two as much as humanly possible. My family's on my vlogs and on my YouTube channel a lot. I don't know if I'm the best one to answer this question because I'm like Kat. They just intertwine together. Your kids are like right in the middle of your stuff, but that's why I'm self-employed. I'm self-employed so that I can be listing and have my kids right there and not have someone else watch my kids. And I love it. So I don't know if I balance it that great, Mary, but I just, try to make it something that we do together as much as possible. I've even got my electrician husband into reselling and thrifting. He's in all the reseller chats. So that is our personal life.
Nice.
For me, this was taking control of my balance. As a school superintendent, there was no balance. I spent all of my time either at the school or going to events and so shifting to something that Melody and I do together allows me time to take care of our parents and time to spend together. And so this is the balance for us. I mean, way more than as a superintendent.
Yeah, let's see. Mine would be I work a ton, but also since you work for yourself, you actually can manipulate your time. So like I knew that I was going to go away for a week, but I have to keep YouTube alive and I have to keep part of eBay alive. So you just work really hard the night, the week before. And that's what I really like about it is because like I didn't really take that big of a hit on either of those platforms because I worked a ton the prior week. But I don't really have to I really work a lot. Like I put in a lot of time when it comes to both of those. The cool thing is that my dad now goes thrifting with me. He goes to yard sales. I got him into that. Obviously my wife, she's the one that got me into this. So she loves it. So really it's kind of all, like they said, kind of all intertwines. But me, myself sitting at this desk, I still work a ton, like hours and hours and hours.
Sure. Oh, it's my turn. Yeah.
She obviously isn't balancing it well.
Question.
I don't balance it well. Don't squirrel. Yeah, I mean it is all just one big happy mess. That's why my name is Flippin' Fiasco. You can find me on YouTube.
Yeah, so for me, Dalton is with me, and he did not have a nap today, so he is like amped up because he's overtired right now. That's why he's being overly ridiculous. But I did it to be home with him too, even though he's really mean mugging me behind the camera right now, because I told him to be quiet. So like he loves going thrifting for 2 stores. Once we get past 2 stores, he's like, "Mom, you're done. I said you could do 2 stores," and he can count now, so he knows when we went to 2 stores.
I have like 13 planned for tomorrow.
As long as he sleeps well tonight. And you'll be there.
Okay.
He like when we're with other people, that's why he's on Dale. He's not on me. He's like, oh, a new person. He loves new people. Just ask Julian and Kayla too.
Yeah.
He was like,
We love Dalton.
He's awesome.
but then he ignored, like when they're around, he's like, Mom, who? And he was running around playing chase with Kayla and building things yesterday. So he loves shipping with us. Like he's actually learned how to put the labels on, which he likes to do. And he makes label balls. He calls them label balls, like with the wrappers from the labels. And he makes baskets. So we do that. And then I've been making myself, like me and him will go for a walk every day. And like we've been going to SeaWorld and Busch Gardens. And as I said earlier, I'm a workaholic. So I'm having to make myself take that step back. We have SeaWorld and Busch Gardens passes, so it doesn't cost us anything. It's 2 hours from home. And actually, Dalton and I went by ourselves. Brad didn't want to go. Brad does go most of the time. But that way, like Mommy and Dalton Day, we went to SeaWorld. We went and fed the seals and did like behind the scenes. And like he is starting school soon. So that will take precedence over everything else, like field trips and honestly, like whatever the school needs as far as like functions and stuff like that. So that is going to kind of change everything coming up in August when he starts pre-K. And then I'll probably just be getting my groove as far as doing full time. And then I'm going to have to probably make a new group, but that is okay. That is okay. Home with Marie. When listing an item on multiple platforms, hey, Rachel, we were just talking about this, but this is not about taking stuff down. Do you adjust the price on each site to account for the fees, or do you use the same price on each site?
I always make the price higher on Poshmark. So if you guys are interested in buying from me, don't do it there. I have some $400 Hermes scarves, and the other day I'm going through and making offers, and they don't get offers on Poshmark because they're already taking 20%. Guys, they're taking $80 if I sell that. That is insane. So yeah, I do adjust the price. I raise it on Poshmark for a couple different reasons. I want to be able to make people offers, and then on Poshmark, I feel like people always want to make offers. It's not as common on Poshmark that they would just outright buy your item. We're dancing, guys. So most of the time they're going to make you an offer, or they're going to like the item and want you to make an offer. And I just haven't done that well on Mercari. So when I have cross-posted over there in the past, I kept the price the same. But on Poshmark, I always raise it.
Julian, are you hearing that too?
Oh yeah,
that's why I left. Rachel,
speak again.
Whatever it is that you want me to say. Is there an echo on my part?
You've got feedback. You're getting feedback on your mic, like it's going
distortion.
Oh,
like it's
you want me to
vibrating.
leave and come back? Yeah,
try that. We thought it was us. That's why we left and came back.
Is this better? I muted and unmuted. Is that better?
No.
I'll just leave. I see.
All right, blocker while she's gone.
Just leave.
Yeah, I'm out of here. Oh,
When I list on other platforms, I typically, like with Etsy, I don't always charge shipping on Etsy because their shipping is more difficult for me. So I will normally raise the price a little bit to cover my shipping there. But I also keep in mind that on Etsy, I get far fewer offers. They tend to buy it outright. So I don't always use the same pricing plan, but I don't have a strict schedule I follow for each platform either.
Yeah, I would say that I do. When I was listing pretty heavily on Poshmark and Mercari, everything kind of all equaled out to the same price, but I would change the prices to deal with the fees if they were higher. And shipping also. Shipping there were some differences there.
All right, talk, Rachel.
Is this better? Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
much.
Yay! I don't sound like I'm auto-tuned or anything.
No.
Fabulous.
Are you auto-tuned?
So I do tend to price a little higher on Poshmark as well, knowing that I'm going to be sending offers and the shipping discount. So yes, I do price a little higher on Poshmark.
So I don't price higher on Poshmark or Facebook, but I price 30% higher on Etsy. But it's not because of fees. It's because that market, they will pay more and stuff sells for more on Etsy. But because my mom is cross-posting for me, like to tell her, like it's easy to tell her to up it on Etsy, but it would be hard to say, on Poshmark go up this much, on Etsy go up on this much, and then on Facebook don't. So that's why I just leave it the same across the board. I don't sell a ton on Posh though. If I had a bunch of Posh sales, then I might look at that a little bit differently because the fees are higher. But I don't sell that much on Posh. Probably like 3 or 4 things. Look, my sister-in-law is in the chat. That is my husband's sister.
Hi,
Oh,
Karina.
look, and she has a question. All right, Karina's question is, what would be the first steps for getting started in reselling? Brand spanking new. Would you stock up on products, save money, or what would you invest in?
Karina, you are already stocked up on products. Look around your house. There's probably, you could sell 80% of the stuff
Oh,
in
you
your
were going
house.
to say like go in Cat Shed. Sorry. That's why I was laughing.
You
Go
can
to a
sell
shed,
80%
kick
of
in the
stuff.
door, take all that stuff.
Right, there you go. You really need something. But you're not going to miss so many of the items that you already have. So please start looking around your own home first. Set up an eBay account. eBay is by far and large the better platform for me. So that's the one I'm going to suggest that you sign up. A lot of people go to Poshmark first, but it's drops compared with the flood of sales I get through eBay. So set up an eBay account, look at around your own home, ship, list and ship things that are easy to list and ship. When you do start buying items, please put a cap on, like $5 or under, to start out with, because you will make mistakes and you want those to be on cheaper items. Don't go out and buy $100 pair of shoes that you can sell for $150 and then you accidentally did something wrong, so you lost all the money. So sell your own stuff and then go source cheap things.
Yeah, I wouldn't stock up on anything. Like you say, you've got a sister-in-law you could shoplift from if it came to it. But you have things in your home. If you're going to buy anything, the only thing I would recommend is a decent scale. And you can get a decent scale for under $20, under 25 for sure. And we use one. I don't know if I can get it that far over there. This one right here.
Yep.
I think that was 20, 25 bucks on Amazon. And it'll weigh up to 50, same one. It'll weigh up to 50 pounds. And that will help you so much with shipping because you really need to know the difference between first class and priority. But outside of that, you don't need to spend a bunch of money to do this. The entry level for becoming a reseller is in your own closet, and a scale will just help you save some money on shipping.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Usually when people ask what how you start, I said start in your house. Start in all, there's tons of stuff that you have that you don't need to go out and buy. Start doing that. And another thing, I agree 100% with the scale, and also get a tape measure because you need to know how big your packages are, because if you're going 12 by 12 by 13, that's a big difference by 12 by 12 by 12. So definitely know your the size of that. So really a lot of us are talking about shipping. I think is where you're really gonna have to just educate yourself a little bit on what to sell or how to ship and the weights and the sizes of that. But other than that, definitely start in your house. You don't really need to have a thermal printer, just a regular printer works good. But definitely start in your house, and I wouldn't stock up on anything.
Yes, I agree with the scale is maybe like the first investment to make. Hopefully you have a tape measure around the house and just start listing things, because that will give you a sense of what it takes to get things photographed and listed. Rachel said about starting with eBay. I know some people find that intimidating though, because there's so many fields and it might feel overwhelming. So when I started, I did start on Poshmark, because they made the shipping so easy. As long as it weighs under 5 pounds, they send you the shipping label and you throw it on your item and consider it done. So maybe you want to start on Poshmark. But as she said, I mean, eBay is definitely going to have the bigger audience. So don't be afraid. It's a little intimidating, but I promise if I can do it, you can do it too.
Yes. Yeah, and I would say I, of course, know more information background than anybody else does, but I would say definitely at the house, you guys probably have tons of stuff that you could do that you're not using. And where you're at, there is probably a lot of free stuff. So they live further south in Florida than I do. So I would watch Craigslist and Facebook for free stuff that you could get. And Marketplace is probably good there. And if you don't have to have the money to pay bills, I would invest it back into products to build the store up. That's what I did over the last 2 years to build it up to where I'm at. So if you don't have to have it for bills, then you can put it all back into inventory. And if you do need it for bills, at least put what you paid back. So like if you paid $5, you sell it, at least take that $5 back, like to buy more inventory so that you can at least keep having inventory. Otherwise you'll sell all your inventory and have no new stuff to sell. And definitely the scale for sure. I don't know if you guys already have a scale, and look around the house, but I would look for free stuff. If I were in like a bigger city, I think that's like Craigslist and Facebook with like, there are free groups I know for Gainesville, which is an hour from me. But I would look for free or really, really cheap inventory. Yay, Mary Garcia, you're my favorite cheerleader. $10, $9.99 super chat. Thank you for pouring into all of us with your years of wisdom and endless encouragement. Mary is one of my members, so she is in all of my members' chats all the time, and it is so fun. So Mary, thank you so much. Sorry, I'm like trying to use my touch screen on my laptop and then the mouse, and I'm just all over the place.
She's getting you a dolphin.
I'm getting you a dolphin.
Super chat.
Is that Chris?
No, it's me.
Did you hear that?
He said, no, it's me.
Thank you. Ditto what Mary said. Thank you so much, Christopher. I really.
Dalton is cracking us up. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Here's your super chat.
Super chat.
I meant Dolphin, and Dalton absolutely loves Peanut. Peanut is very, very cute. So thank you so much.
It looks like an Ewok.
He's so
You probably
cute.
get that a lot.
Oh, Richard, that's a good question. I don't know. Does anybody else use List Perfectly? Do they know? And Clara, the founder of List Perfectly, is actually going to be on with us soon.
I use List Perfectly, but I have never I don't actually get on the website. I just use the extension, and I get on the website long enough to log in. So it's a good question. Maybe I should look into it and consider raising, 10% whenever I go over to Poshmark.
Do you use it or no?
I use List Perfectly, but the only question that I would have for List Perfectly is it takes the price. Like if you're running a sale on eBay and you're moving from eBay to List Perfectly, the other ones, it takes the sale price. So, but as far as I know, there's not a way to automatically adjust that I have to do it manually.
Yeah, good question. I have no idea.
We'll all know soon. We're all going to go look this up.
Yeah. Ain't got a clue. Good question, Richard. We can't hear you.
I think they're messing with us. No, we can't hear you. Okay, they're not messing with us. I thought you were really good mimes. We cannot hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You're completely muted. I mean, do you know American Sign Language? We could do the show like that. Captions.
I know a few signs, but I don't want to get her demonetized.
Don't do those.
I could have unmuted her mic. There was a question about and I saw it back here. Everybody is talking about the April 3rd change in shipping. Everybody knows what's going on with that, right?
The 30-inch.
Over 36 inches or 32?
Anything over 22 is going to be a $4. Then over 30 is going to be $15. If you mess up and you do something less than that, you get charged additional $1.50 on top of the surcharge when they catch you manipulating your prices. Now, where me and Kayla have messed up, mostly me, but she's going to help me because I have thousands of golf clubs listed. I don't list my stuff correctly on the length, right? So all my golf clubs are listed like 5 by 5 by 5 because then I just go in because it's not an oversized package. If you did that with anything long, Tennis rackets are another good one that's going to be over that size.
I have an umbrella I need to sell.
An umbrella. Yep. So if you have listed that like a 2x2x2 just because you know it wasn't going to be oversized, you're going to put it in a poster tube. If they buy it at that and then you go in and change it, you're going to be charged an extra $15, I'm guessing, and then you're going to have to eat that. So anything over that size, if you didn't put in the correct, this is how I interpret it. If you didn't put in the correct size, they don't know it's that size. So
Lucinda is asking, is that the total dimensions? No, that's just like the length. If it's,
that's just the length.
Just one. Can you hear us now, by the way?
We can hear you. Yes.
We were not messing with you. I thought we had double mic on because we heard echo. So I turned like the computer mic off, and apparently that's the mic it's using. I thought it was using my ZV1 mic. So I turned us off, and then I couldn't figure out how to get it back on. So, I saw you answer. You were answering that one, right, Julian?
Yes.
Okay.
It's even, isn't it 22 inches?
Yep. And there's a cubic also in there about the length, because I sell a lot of things in poster tubes, and people that sell posters are really going to get hit because that's over a certain size, and they're doing like it's a lot. Like if you haven't read it, go ahead and read it. I know eBay did send out a notification too, but read it and definitely know that, because that could eat you alive.
Yeah, like one of my friends sells shooting blanks, like the
shooting, like the targets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna. I think he uses FedEx already, though. Sorry, there's apparently street racing down our road.
Drag racing? What? Take the.
We had fireworks. You know, I don't know what to expect with Airbnbs
been an interesting trip for her.
Vacation you'll never forget.
I will bring that up to Clara, and she's gonna come on, and you guys can hit her with all the questions you want. She knows what she's walking into. She is going to come on if you want to ask her about comparison with other services. She is open to all questions when she comes on. I was on List Perfectly's podcast Friday, so I had the chance to talk with both of the founders of List Perfectly. But that's a good question, and they're always open to suggestions. So that I honestly, Richard, I never thought of that. I just tell mom raise Etsy 30%, but that would be cool if you could set up a, kind of a program template to raise it like 20% for Poshmark and 30% for Etsy. Yay, Cheryl. Thank you for that. Scale is awesome. And I think it's like Scott said, I think it's like $25. It's really cheap, and it's my favorite one. I'm scrolling for questions.
I will say, Golden State Picker. I just watched his.
Oh, Mike's.
Yeah, he just did a video about the shipping change. That was pretty informative. So I'll put in a plug for him. You're welcome.
Yes, Mike was here last week. I'm hunting. So I think I lost like an hour of your questions because I had to go out because of the microphone issue. So if you ask questions, please ask them again. I don't know that I want to get into this question.
Nope.
I don't really want to get into politics, war, or religion here because I don't think it's the place. And now I'm out of questions because I erased them all. So if you have a question,
Let's see if I can.
Guys, I'm rolling on the fly here and going live without my normal stuff. So it happens. It happens. So if you asked a question and we didn't answer it. Oh, that is a good question, Carol.
Yeah,
Carol? Thank you for saving me, Carol. So if you missed it, I sold the $2,200 Yadro gondola, and I dropped it off, and then I don't know where I was at. I might have been in Washington, D.C. I was like right past, what's that place called? The Pentagon. I was near the Pentagon. I'm like, what's that place?
It's shaped like a pentagon. Yeah.
Like a pentagon.
And it ended up putting us in the most horrible Washington, D.C. traffic. But as far as the buyer and the handoff, it was excellent. He was very, very friendly. And it's funny, his ex-wife is a reseller, and he said she sells over 100,000 a year on eBay. So he was like super familiar with reselling. I told him I got it in a state auction. And we met in a PetSmart parking lot, took it out of my trunk, put it into his lovely BMW, and off he drove, and he was super nice. Thanked me for like going out of my way to meet him, and it was honestly, it was great.
She was her own U-ship.
I was my own U-ship driver.
That was so smart.
It was great. And I felt much better not knowing I did not have a $2,200 Yadro in my trunk. I had it pushed like all the way to the back, but today I had to move it towards this way. And I'm like, if I get rear-ended with a $2,200 statue.
Never mind the precious cargo of your child in the back.
Well, but he's not in the back of the trunk.
Okay.
He's in a very secure
I
car.
wonder, like,
of the
does would car insurance even cover that?
Great question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I'm
thought
glad we
about
didn't have to
that.
find
They
out.
might and they might not. Larry comes in with a question. Larry is an awesome guy as well, guys, to check out Larry Way Out. I met him in Cincinnati last year as well. He's amazing. Rachel?
The largest thing I ever sold was a full-size semi-truck. I didn't have to ship it, which was great. So the guy actually flew in and drove it home from Missouri to New Jersey. But as far as shipping, I just recently I sold an oil painting that was like 40 some odd inches by probably 36 inches. That was really large. And then I've sold like full-size Husqvarna sewing machines that were probably over 50 pounds. So, I mean, those are pretty large items. I try not to get intimidated about large stuff. What's the worst that's going to happen? Like, I thrifted it. Don't be scared. I have fantastic videos about shipping breakables. So I wrapped that oil painting in mattress pad and Frankenboxed some boxes together, and it got there just fine.
The largest one for me was quite a while ago. I built a Frank Lloyd Wright cube chair, which measures 32 by 32 by 32. Built it out of mesquite, so it was very heavy, and shipped it FedEx. So that's the biggest one for me. But it wasn't a big deal. You just box it up.
Mine was probably, I did like I think it was a 48 inch or 50 inch aluminum pipe wrench. And it actually went to England, which was sweet because that is a monster amount of money to ship. I was like, I cannot believe somebody bought this thing. I got it for $5 and sold it for like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. So pipe wrench is over 4
Good
foot.
stuff, cheap.
Yes, heavy stuff.
So I'll tell a shipping story since we have to catch up on questions. So when I first started selling, remember the cotton candy machine? So yeah, it was a rookie mistake. I had this, the cotton candy machines like that my kids weren't using anymore. So I put it up, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, I said, I'm going to just put $9.99 flat shipping on this. Yeah, exactly. So I'm in Pennsylvania, and somebody from Hawaii bought this thing. It ended up costing me as much as they paid. It was like $50 to ship it, and they paid $9.99. So basically, like I broke even on the sale, and then they claimed that it didn't work once it got there.
Oh my goodness!
You're a queen for not canceling that.
Friends, and she's like, "Kat, what do I do?"
It's like,
I'm like,
I'm
you
pretty
take
sure.
the loss and give them
I think
their
I'm
money.
gonna die. Yeah. But it's not worth dying over. I'm still here to live and tell the tale. But at the time, it felt very devastating. But I got over it and it was a lesson learned. I did not make that mistake again. Calculated shipping.
Yes. Yeah. And I think I've had two that are similar in size besides furniture. I've done like big pieces of furniture on U-ship, but that I've had to box up. I did 2 wheelchairs and I left them whole. I didn't break them down. I used 3 like big Amazon boxes to Frankenbox them and send them via UPS. And then I also did a steamer trunk the same way, like a full size steamer trunk, and boxed it up and sent it UPS. I think I took 2 big Amazon boxes. So both of those were pretty big, and I want to say they ran around $100, but I did calculated shipping and it was covered. So be careful with the oversized stuff, that your dimensions are right, or
Especially now.
Yes. Yeah. Especially. Julian, have you started going back fixing yours? I don't know if you talked about that while we were gone.
No, Kayla's gonna help me do that. She's gonna help. She works night shift, and sometimes so I'm gonna show her how to do that, and then she can probably get a whole bunch done. I have not, no, but soon. I have to. I
just tattled on. Explain to them just in case they have the same situation.
Oh, I did when you were gone about the.
Okay.
Yep.
About not having the right
Yeah,
dimensions.
not having the right dimensions. Ate a mess up.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Yeah, but he knew it wasn't oversized before this new
Right.
rule, so it
Yeah.
didn't matter, but now it matters. Tina at Veterans Mercantile, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I try not to think 5 years into the future because that makes my oldest already graduate and maybe out of the house. And so we're not going to think too hard about that. 5 years is honestly such a long amount of time. When I look at where I was 5 years ago, I never would have guessed this. So it's almost like being anxious for tomorrow. Yeah, plan for tomorrow, but don't hold on permanent to I have to be exactly here in 5 years. I have certain goals for my YouTube channel, goals for my reselling. I see me doing this when people say, what is your retirement plan since you're self-employed as a reseller? This is my retirement plan. Why would I not want to do this? If this was not fun for me, I'd go clock into someone else's dream. This job is a dream. So I will be doing this. I will probably be in the same place I am now, but seeing that my son will have graduated by then, I guess I could relocate anywhere in the world, really. My husband and I are both self-employed. So, but I'll still be reselling like 100%. I'll still be on YouTube. You guys will still be watching my videos.
For 5 years, I just picked up YouTube last year and I have really enjoyed it. I have enjoyed the editing process and there's still so much to learn. So I would like to still be doing YouTube, but of course be better at it. And with eBay, that's a part of, like, I mean, I retired to do this, so I plan on continuing to do that. So I hope to get better at both of them as time goes by.
Yeah, it's pretty neat because if you would ask me when I was in my career that I was in for 10 years, you asked me what I was going to do for 5 years, I would have said I'd be a lieutenant, right? But I would still be there. I would still be making a certain amount of money there. Just I might be promoted. Here, I actually have no idea. Like the sky's the limit. You can really do a lot in 5 years. Will I still be reselling? Absolutely. Will I still be on YouTube? Absolutely. Will I be more places? Absolutely, because we're growing every day. So I really have no idea. As long as I'm improving what I'm doing every day, I can't imagine where I'll be in 5 years, to be honest with you. It's interesting. But if that's the cool thing about being self-employed and doing this is because, again, if you would ask me when I was in my career, where were you going to be? I'm going to be sitting at this desk for 5 years from now.
I would like. What is going on now? It's sound again. Do you guys hear the echo?
No.
Hello.
No.
Okay. Just okay.
Yeah. In 5 years, I honestly don't know. I don't think that anybody from my personal life watches this right now. I don't think they do. So, I'm looking for another job right now, and while like Kat keeps trying to tell me like you have so much opportunity, like
If you're not happy,
like you can
do something else.
So I have an interview tomorrow on Friday, so yeah, I'm having a hard time picturing what 2 weeks from now could look like. So
I would like to be debt free in 5 years. I could say a lot of big, crazy goals that are in my head. I will keep them for now, but I would like to be debt free, which includes my house, my student loans. I've paid off over half my car. So I'm making progress on that. That's my number one thing to do. And yeah, so to answer, I will still be reselling. I will still be on YouTube. I hope I am having a reseller retreat camp every month. Like I would really, we talked about this. Like, I think it would be so cool to do like 50 states in 50 weeks. And that would be insane. But I am insane like that.
Crazy.
I am insane like that. Like, I think that would be so cool to like make my way across the US and like,
wow,
do a camp in every state. That's like nowhere. That's maybe a 5-year plan. It's not in like a 1 or 2 or 3, by the way. But then Dalton is going to be in school. So that, like I said, that's going to like change a lot of stuff in the way I think. Cause like the last 3 years I've been able to go wherever, whenever. And I do not think I want to homeschool. I don't feel like I have the patience. I don't feel like I have the patience to keep his attention on learning. So, and I think I know he loves the attention and socialization. So unless like I see he's not making progress, then I might have to be like, okay, Kat, you have to do it. So I'm not saying that's something I would never do. But as of right now, I don't see, but my main thing would be being debt free. Angie says, do you try to list a certain number of items or a dollar amount per day and how many days a week?
I just aim at least 10 items a day. You know, some days I guess things get unruly. So, I mean, that should be my minimum to hopefully make up for the days that I can't. I keep a draft bank. That way, if all else fails, if I have nothing else to do but maybe take some pictures and throw those listings up. I feel like for me personally, if I'm doing less than that, then I'm not treating it like my business. I'm not taking it seriously enough, and it must be a hobby. Now everyone's situation is different. So again, like don't compare your numbers to anyone else's. At the height of trading in my death pile for a car, I was listing 50 items a day. And I did that for, I don't know, the better part of a month, 50 items every single day. That doesn't mean you have to do that. So find what works for you, but consistency is the key on eBay. That I would say listing is the number one thing that feeds their algorithm. So just list something every day.
We don't aim for a certain number, and I have never listed 50 items. I think the most we've ever listed in a day is like 25. But we normally list upwards of 10 a day. But like today, I listed 3 because we were tending my in-laws. But I still listed probably close to $600 worth. So I pay more attention to the dollar amount than the number of listings. But we list something every single day.
Yeah, in the beginning, I always thought like I would just list a whole bunch. And that's good. But I really recently, I've been looking at the amount of money I list. If I list like two to three golf club sets and they're $200 a piece or $250, that's a good day for me. I can go do something else. I can go do something else in the business. Now with those, I'm not going to call them stupid VHSs, but them VHSs I bought, I sat down and did 100 of them, and I will continue to do 100 of those because they're only worth $2 to $3, and I got to make some money. So I will sit down and just take pictures and do all that stuff. And so something on low items, especially like sockets, they're another one. They're like $5, but you can list 100 in a day because you just line them up, you just take pictures, couple little pictures, you're done. So I really. I think the real answer would be I really look at the amount of money that I'm listing. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So I have more of a weekly goal. So I'm trying to list 25 a week. And I've actually been doing pretty good. And I'll tell you, in January, I was like just having a rough time in general mentally with everything. And so I was like, if I can list 15 a week, it's going to be like a miracle. So I've rebounded up to 25 a week now. Aren't you proud of me?
Yeah, but your 90-day totals went up.
I think that was partially because of my husband had
the
Xbox, and
Xbox
PlayStation 5s from Walmart, and
they flipped them.
Yeah. But then the person returned it. Yes.
Somebody bought a new one from her, opened it, and returned it.
Local pickup. Like said, thank you so much. You made my day. This is fantastic. And then like 3 days later, claimed that the one controller, the X button didn't work. It works perfectly fine. And now I have a not brand new. But thanks to Kat, she gave me the tip of
the money.
Oh, yeah.
I looked at the deductions guidelines and went with the 30% that I sent him his refund minus 30%. And so I got to keep that money, and eBay, he opened a claim or a case then, and eBay refunded him the money with their buyer guarantee. So I guess we're both happy. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I look more at the dollar amount as well. But I will say, like Rachel said, and Rachel is like me, like if you want something, you do what you have to do to get it. And if that means 30 to 50 a day, like if your goal is to get out of a job or to raise a certain amount of money, like you do what you have to do. Like you have to throw the excuses out the window and you have to do it. And that's what I did for years to be able to say, okay, I quit, bye. And I'm making more money now than I was. And I'll continue to grow and do that. So for me, I try and list $500 worth of items a day. Whether that might be like 2 or 3 high dollar, and then I don't worry about like a ton of them, or if it is 25 or 50 $10 items, you know, I want to list $500 a day. And I do it 7 days a week. I'm trying to do less. I really I'm trying to make myself pull back at least 1 day a week and not do it. This is a good question. Holly Long, Daily Refinement discusses having a niche versus being a generalist seller. Is the best way to maximize earnings? What are your thoughts on this?
Although I am, as Kat was just discussing, working towards a goal right now of buying a new car with cash. Money cannot be the end goal in this, because again, I could clock in anywhere and do that. Jobs are plentiful in my area. Minimum wage is enough to live off of right now. Good grief. So if it were all about money, I wouldn't do this job, because as I told you before, I work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. I feel like I do this because I like it. So for me, I have to have a niche, because otherwise, if I buy a bunch of stuff just because it's cheap, then that's how you get a death pile. You need to buy things that you're passionate about, because then you're so excited to get it into the hands of a collector or someone else that's going to like it that you can't wait but to list it. Buying things that bore me, like my husband found this great tool that sells for $100, and it's been sitting in there for months because I still haven't listed this tool. I'm not interested in it. I need to go in there and get it. My friends gave me, oh no, crash. My friends gave me some Lionel trains. Took me months to list, and those things are selling like hotcakes. Sorry, Kat. But
it's just an $800 camera, you know, no problem.
The TV1's like a hit.
But yeah, so I would say, if you have one niche, then you do get really good at that one thing. Dealing with Dalton only lists shoes, and he can crank them out. And when he goes in, he's efficient in every thrift store. I have one thrift store. I don't need to be efficient with my time. I have one place to shop. So for me, it's the treasure hunt. It's finding really cool stuff, and that's maximizing my earnings. Like, I would challenge you in this line of work to look at your earnings outside of just financial. Like, look at everything you gain just by doing this job. And I mean, I want to list vintage and designer.
So my answer to that is, it really depends upon what you want your business to be. If you watch Daily Refinement, his is very much about maximizing his time and developing efficient processes to maximize income over a long period of time. I've already been the boss. I've retired from a high stress job. I have a retirement. I have insurance. Our goals for our business, and it's still a business. Don't let anybody tell you that if you're not doing it the way they do it, that yours isn't a business. Mine is absolutely a business. I made $100,000 selling used clothes on eBay. And I want time to spend with Melody. I want time to spend with taking care of our parents. We want to be able to travel some. And our business is built around those things. But a big premise of our business is we give away, I would say, at least half of everything we buy. That's a big part of what I want to be able to do. And if I niche down, I can't do that as much. So my business model isn't built around massive growth. I don't want any employees. I've had employees, and I don't want employees. And Melody's not an employee. She would be very clear to point that out.
Yikes.
So for me, I don't want to niche down. I really like tools. I like that kind of stuff, but I sold a $1,200 Dom Nancy jar before Christmas, and I like that a lot too.
Yeah, and I can see both sides of it. I'll just talk personally. Mine is going to be general, because I can't find enough in my niche to make a living. Like, this is how I pay for my house. This is how I pay my bills. And I would love to only buy fishing gear and golf clubs.
Yeah.
There's no possible way that you can do that here. There's just no way. I mean, there's a lot of hustlers that do that, and you have to be right on it. And I've done that for like every minute. Look at Facebook Marketplace for deals and stuff. You still can't get enough to pay. There's just not enough of it here, I think. Even with buying auction lots of stuff. That's why I branch out, because to me, it is I mean, it's about money too. I mean, I have to make enough to live. So I have to buy what I can to make money. Half the stuff I have, I actually don't even like. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I do it because it flips for money and I need that money to pay my bills and live. So like I buy a ton of stuff. Like I don't like VHSs. Are you kidding me? But I know I'm going to make like $500 on them. And $500 is like half my mortgage. And it's, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not a big fan of a lot of things like this horse right here. I don't know what this horse is. Caleb picked it up. Got it for $1. It goes for like $40.
Oh, that's a cute horse.
It's a beautiful
It's like a
horse.
folk art horse.
Yeah, it's nice. It's got good soul comps on. I'd rather do a fishing rod or a thing, but that's going to pay the light bill, you know? Not too bad.
There you go. So first I have to say Weta, hello. And we're in Ephrata right now, so I think you're super close to us.
Swedish horse, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I understand. I have watched Chris's videos, and I get where he's coming from. But again, like he was looking at scale and concentrating on things that you can easily find every time you go into a thrift store. I know what Kat's answer is going to be. She likes the thrill of the hunt. So, and she's never going to niche down. Like whatever will sell. I mean, like, yeah, you have to enjoy what you're doing. Just like Scott has said, like this is enjoyment for him. And I have found that I really like doing thread up unboxings and jewelry unboxings. So that's why you see a lot of that on my channel, because it just happens to be what I enjoy. So you have to find a good balance of making money and what you enjoy. But that's probably also why I'm hesitant to rely on this for my full-time income, because I want to.
We've talked about it because she's not the happiest where she's at.
Yeah.
But she is kind of in a position I was in 2 years ago where you can't just walk away because you have a good income and you need to know you're going to replace it. I am going to say I'm probably the complete opposite of Chris, and I'm not saying Chris is wrong. I know a lot of my people follow Chris and they follow his model, but I will tell you, if I did only clothes, I would be bored as hell and I would not be doing this anymore.
Yeah.
That just doesn't work for me. And where I am at, I think where you're at matters. I couldn't get clothing. Like I'm getting it from Birmingham and I'm getting it from all these places I'm traveling. Is that really like the best business model? No, I'm doing it because I can. I get to see my friends. But like I'm building and growing without a niche. I do auctions. I buy more. I'm building and growing by adding staff. I'm adding people listing and I'm still sourcing. And my revenue is up 90% from last month, with just mainly that's with adding my daughter and a friend who's doing it part-time. And I am paying them maybe $200 a week and my sales are up $10,000 this month. A lot of it is because I had high dollar sales, mind you,
She
not
knows what to look for.
not from that, but then I get more time. If I'm not listing as much, I have more time to look and find that high dollar stuff. So I think that you need to pick the business model that works best for you. And I think you need to like it. That's my biggest thing about this job is I love it. I love what I'm doing. It doesn't feel like work. So when I'm saying I'm putting all these hours, I'm not like, oh man, I got to do, I'm like, I love every minute of what I'm doing. And I couldn't pick just one thing, but I also don't think, like Julian was saying, that it's realistic that I could just find one thing. I live in the middle of the country. I have one Walmart. I have no stores. I have 2 thrift stores, one who prices higher than eBay. And it wouldn't work. So that's why I do online auctions. But with estate auctions, I might get a whole bunch of really nice clothing one time, but then the next time it might be jewelry, and the next time it might be golf clubs. And I just don't know. So I know a good friend of mine is very, very loyal to Chris and his method, and he is doing very, very well using it. And he's found like, the stability of it and like the regimen of it to be what works for him. So I think you really need to find what works for you and do that. And if that's like doing the same thing where it's repetitive and you're using the same shipping materials and taking the same type of photos, if that's something that you like, then do that. But for me, my big thing was I kept getting bored. And I would stop doing eBay because I was niche down. Like I did plants for a long time. And like I got so bored with it, I just stopped. And I don't want to just stop again. So, Nana Stone, what's the best way to refresh your unstale eBay store? Do you guys hear our
Or
echo?
unstale. Is it me? Do I have an echo?
No, I
you're
think
good.
it's us. It is us.
It's them.
It's the.
It's because there's two of them.
That's true.
The best way to refresh and unstale your eBay store. I feel like I have 2 or 3 videos on this. Is it me? I'm sorry. It's me.
If
You're just recording
whoever the
again.
echo is on, it is not that person. I learned that a long time ago in YouTube, and the echo is on us, so it is not us. But you have your wah 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 again.
Tin can.
You sound like a Peanuts teacher.
Now we can't hear you at all.
Which is better?
Wait. Okay, I have to say something really quick because Richard messaged me. We have not been drinking. We have not even had one beverage. This is just like ridiculousness from my situation. I get to an Airbnb and realize I can't get in, and I'm just like, like what else do you do but laugh ridiculously and just keep on rolling.
So Scott, do you want to answer Nana Stone's question?
I better answer before Rachel gets back.
Yeah.
As far as refreshing or unstale my eBay store, I do all of it. So I will run sales. I run short period sales where they're not running for a super long time. I will change my promotion fees if I'm running those. And I will take, a lot of times I'll take my 10 oldest listings and take them down, sell similar, do stuff like that. If my sales drop off and I'm doing everything else that works, then I do bits and pieces all the time to unstale my store.
Yeah, I do exactly the same thing. If it's like mine right now is pretty stale. I have not had a lot of listings and all that stuff. So I have a lot that I have to send offers. So I'm going to send out, and I think it's going to be 175 offers.
Wow.
And I'm going to send out probably not tomorrow because I got some other stuff I got to do, but the next day, 175 offers are going out. And then I will go ahead and list 20 to 30 items. And I'm a big fan of doing what you just said. Take your 10 older, so the 10's the ones that you see, delist them, and then sell similar. I usually change something in, like maybe switch around a keyword or something. And that's about as far as I go for that. And that usually does spike. I do sales. I only do about one a month. I don't do that consistent. I don't do like one a week or anything, but I do short sales. Like you said, I do, usually it's going to be Friday through Sunday or Thursday through Sunday. And so I don't give them a whole bunch of time to do that.
Rachel didn't come back.
Rachel's not back yet. I hope she comes back. You scared her off.
She said, I'm out.
And Dalton is demanding that Dale bring him his phone upstairs. So that's where Dale is. Like I said, just ridiculousness. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Next week when I am live from, I'll be home. I'll be home for next Tuesday. Yay. I'll have my big screen and my regular setup.
It's tough on the little pad you're using just for everybody. That is very difficult. It is very hard.
This is the first time I've hooked the ZV-1 up. Last time when I went live in Myrtle Beach, I just used my laptop camera, but I was like, no, I want to use my good camera. So, but we have wires running all over the Airbnb because there's only like 2 plugs in each place and I need 3. So that's what happened earlier. Dalton was running and he tripped over the camera cord and the tripod and the camera went flying. So that's what happened. As far as unsaling it, so if I get slow sales and I've been listing, you can bulk edit and you can drop your price by like a penny or 2. And I've heard that refreshes it, or you can increase it by a penny or 2. And that would increase it. Listen, real quick, I'm going to let Dale answer. And then Renee, I was answering your question yet right before you said that. You were next. I am going to answer that after I let Dale answer. What do you do, like, as far as unstale
list? But yeah, the really stale items. I have already done like end the listing and sell similar because I've heard that's supposed to help. But yeah.
Okay. Let me give Renee her dolphin so I don't forget. I'll do dolphin first and answer next. Thank you so much, Renee. And I'm glad you liked the necklace. I don't remember if I answered you. Guys, if you have messaged me in the last 3 days, I've been driving a lot. And so a lot of it I read and I haven't responded. So I'm not ignoring people. I'm just driving. So let me give her a dolphin and then I will answer her question.
Super chat.
I don't know where Rachel is. I don't know because we have 10 minutes left. Hopefully Rachel will boot back up and come back. Do you see anything in the chat, guys? I'm still at the top.
Everybody's just hoping she comes back. They say,
Rachel. Rachel.
We were just kidding.
He was just kidding. He wasn't really being
I'm
serious.
feeling about that guilty. Not this guilty, but
Guilty.
Rachel wants to know, how did I avoid a late shipping ding? I didn't. I got one. Because now I will tell you, if it is marked flat rate freight or local pickup, you don't have a deadline.
Yep.
But this buyer paid for it like it was going to get shipped via FedEx. So I got a late shipping ding. But I fortunately ship out over 100 items a week. So having one shipping ding doesn't affect my metrics overall. So I did take a hit on that though. That was a late shipping. So I actually marked it shipped right after he put it in his car. And I was so happy and I told him too, because he was familiar with reselling because of his ex-wife. I'm like, this has been driving me crazy sitting here saying ship by, I think it was like March 17th. And I'm like, she's alive.
She's back.
My name isn't even spelled right now.
Rachel. Oh, hold on. I got to show it.
I'm Rachel, guys. I'm not even on my
Rachel.
laptop anymore. I'm on my phone, so I can't see the chat. So I'm not ignoring anyone if anybody says anything.
Okay. We'll give you a pass.
I'm not going to say anything.
Can't spell
You
my
fit
own
right
name.
Let me find, we have 10 minutes left. Question to, click it again, Julian. Me and Julian were clicking things at the same time.
Yeah, same click.
Holly Long said, great show tonight. I think this group is my favorite panel I've seen together. Thank you so much.
It's been a good one.
It's awesome.
It has. And here is your dolphin, Miss Holly. Thank you.
Super chat.
I see Richard again.
There he is.
Again, everyone, thank you. The reselling community is amazing. Richard is thanking all of you that are watching. Thank you again, all of you, for getting Richard to 1,000 subscribers tonight. We have helped a lot of people hit 1K, and I love that. I love helping. Yeah, for sure. So here is your dolphin, Richard.
Super chat.
Congratulations.
Angie's saying Rachel drop kicks her boxes and they're fine. Oh,
That's true.
Julian, did you answer that in the chat?
I didn't. I will. A lot of that's going to be on like the YouTube video. I did not. I meant to actually take my camera and do some clips. That didn't happen. But we do have pictures. I just have a ton of editing. We have a lot of good footage I'm going to put at the end of my videos. So in the next 3 videos, no, the one dropping tomorrow is where it's me and Kat. The next 3 video after that, we're going to be honeymoon, wedding stuff, and it'll be mixed in with reselling.
Nice. I'm glad you're putting a video up.
And if you don't follow his wife, Southern Pearl Thrifter, she posted a picture. That's where I got it and kidnapped it for the meet and greet. She posted 2 up there. That's where I kidnapped it. Miss Ondine Irving, when does a new seller make the move to international sales?
Jump right in. If you already sell to Kentucky, then you have every capability to do eBay GSP. Unless you don't ship to Kentucky, then in which case don't do it.
We are like just full of something tonight. I don't know what. All of us, I feel like. It's just a show.
That was good.
Yeah,
That was
Raycheck had the right
great.
answer. Go ahead and turn the GSP on and roll with it.
I agree.
Watch the cord.
Yeah, I say you don't need to wait. Like you're printing the label just like you do for in the United States. You're opening up your market worldwide, and I think you should turn it on.
Watch the cords.
If the camera goes flying again, Dalton is near the cords again. Danny's Variety Channel Creative Creations. What editing software do you use? So this is a YouTube question for those
So
of you that might not.
I can't believe that after all of the technical difficulties in this show, anyone would want to follow us on what we do.
Maybe they're looking for like what not to use. They're like, what are you
yeah.
using? 'Cause I'm not using that.
I use Adobe Premiere Pro, and unfortunately, it's a monthly subscription. It is so lame that they won't let you just outright buy that. I have heard good things about Filmora, and one of my favorite YouTube channels that's not a reseller channel, that's what she's using. So I may look at that, but I really do like Adobe Premiere Pro because it just you can edit in layers, and I love that about it.
I use DaVinci Resolve, and I paid for the professional version. Otherwise, you can't take advantage of having a graphics card. And so what I like about it is there is no monthly subscription. Once you've paid for it, you get all the updates and everything for free. And but it's I was a beginner when I started, and it was like drinking from a fire hose. But I'm still making videos.
Yeah, that is a tough software to get a handle on. I started with that and I was like, this is insane. That's that's good. That's good that you can do that, because that's a tough one. I use Filmora. They just did an update. I do pay. I think it was like a one year subscription, or maybe it was more. I don't really remember. But if you have Filmora and they say update, that update destroys everything. I kid you not. Like now, where I had a lot of free stuff that I could use their music, a lot of that now is an additional update or additional upgrade that you have to pay. So I wish I didn't upgrade.
Where they get ya.
But it is very easy. It's very user friendly. If you're like, I'm not good with computers and stuff, this software is just super user friendly that even I can edit a video. So all of my computers.
So I'm still doing everything from my iPhone.
I do everything.
And so I was just using iMovie for a while, which is fine. But now I started using InShot. It just makes inserting text a little bit easier. So
that's what Carrie uses.
InShot.
American Arbitrage uses InShot. I use KindMaster, and I still edit everything on my phone. And I love KindMaster. I'm very, very basic on my editing, though. I'm more about like getting the information across and not a bunch of like special effects stuff. Because, well, for one, I probably couldn't figure it out. But yeah, KindMaster is a good one. Julian, did you see Christopher's question? He said, I wouldn't think it would matter the dimensions are in your listings as long as you're correct before you print the label. So do you want to kind of reiterate like why that is an issue now?
This is what I'm thinking, because it hasn't come to effect yet. But what I'm thinking is when, say, you buy a golf club to me and I have said it was a 2x2x2 dimension, right? So I'm gonna you're saying that it's this big because it didn't matter the size before because it was 2 pounds anyway. So 2 pound 2x2x2 is gonna ship out the same thing as a golf club used to because it was undersized. But now, if you were to buy it from me, I don't know how they're going to know that you get the $15 extra charge because I do buyer pay shipping. So you're going to still pay the 2x2 when I go in and say it's a 36x4x4 or 48x4x4. They're going to go ahead and tack on an additional $15 of shipping to me now because you didn't pay for it. You paid for the smaller box to be shipped. That is how I would think it would go. I don't know how else it wouldn't go that way.
I did it.
Are you using calculated shipping?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And people that do flat, they've got to watch out too, unless they can switch.
Yeah, they'll have to go and add that $15 to their shipping fee.
Yeah, I can't imagine, to be honest with you, because there's not a lot of golf clubs unless you're doing high end golf clubs that you can take a $15 hit on a shipping charge. That's just You can't. I don't know how. There's just no way, because now you're talking to go to California. That's a $30 bill.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, on maybe what, a $50 golf club. So there went like all of your profit.
My bread and butter is a $15 golf club. I sell a ton
Yeah,
of
so you'd be
$15
negative.
Oh yeah,
You'd be negative.
Yep.
Yeah. Vicky's asking Dale, which one of your videos is about the stuffed animals, the pink puppies that sold so high?
So I think they were from like June, and I do think that they're in the thumbnail. So if you look at my videos, hopefully you
For
can find
pink
them.
puppies.
Yes, but it was like back in the June timeframe, so that's where you need to go back to.
Oh, Lucinda, so we introduced everybody at the beginning. So if you rewind back to the beginning, and it's hard because when I put these questions up here, you never see our names. But I'm going to let everybody say goodbye as well, which we are getting ready to go. I'll see if we can grab one more question, and then everybody can tell you who they are again before we leave. And everybody's linked, except for Dale's. I didn't know Dale was coming on until like I was driving to Pennsylvania, and I was like, you want to come and just go live with me? So hers, Richard is posting hers in the chat. I did ask Richard and Mark to drop them for me once I knew she was coming. So we are in Pennsylvania right now, but I'm from Florida, and I stopped yesterday. I was with him in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
You've been pretty far in a day.
And today I'm in Pennsylvania with Dale.
Lancaster County.
Yeah, that I really don't know where I'm at.
Did you see the buggy?
No.
Yeah, there was a horse and buggy.
I missed the buggies
on our way from the restaurant a mile down the road to her Airbnb.
It. And Mom was looking.
We are in the middle of Amish country.
Okay, this is going to be our last question, and then I will let all my guests, even Dale, I will move out of the way so you guys can see who she is. But this is our last question from Miss Cheryl. I'm newer at reselling. Do you reduce your prices on eBay after a certain time frame that they don't sell?
Only if I feel like that's why it's not selling. Sometimes you're just waiting on the right buyer. I have an $800 coat that's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Of a Louis Vuitton bag listed at $799. I need the right buyer to come along. If I feel like there's lots of watchers on an item, I've never received any offers on it, and it could be the price, or if I would rather have a new car than whatever, a typewriter, then I will reduce the price. I will make offers. So only if you truly feel like that's why it's not sold. I don't have a hard fast rule of, hey, if it's been listed 30 days, then I'm dropping it 5%. I know some people do that, and that could be a great business model for some, but just only if I feel like that's why it hasn't sold.
We'll let you say bye.
We certainly don't drop them just because they've been listed a long time. We do a lot of vintage items that might sit for a year or two or longer and wait for the right buyer. For me, I turn on best offer so I can entertain them. Best offer also allows me to take a look at the feedback the person leaves, so I can see whether or not they're sane before I accept an offer. And it depends upon the day I'm having. If I've had a slow day and somebody sends me a reasonable offer and they leave reasonable feedback, and if Melody said it will never sell, I'm taking an offer. So,
True.
But I don't drop it just because it's
told you.
Yeah, I don't. I don't do because it's been listed a while. I drop the price. Sometimes I have. There's Department 56, and some of them I just priced too high, and then I realized that maybe a month later, 2 months later, when they didn't sell, and I went back and fixed it. But other than that, no, I just don't drop a price just because it's been sitting for a while.
Yeah, and same thing like Julian said, like I might price really high if I'm not sure where the market's at, and then like a year and a half if I'm not sure where it's at. Now, if I have seen evidence that it will sell that high, I'm not going to lower it. But what I have been doing is sending offers at a higher percent the longer it's been listed. So like my brand new stuff gets 10%, and then like 3 months to 6 months gets 15, and then I go to 20. Like if it's been here over 6 months, I'll do 6 or I'll do 20%. And then if I've had it over a year, I will go up to 30% to move it, just to get some of the older inventory out. Okay. Dalton, say bye. You say bye first.
Bye.
Wave bye to the
Dalton.
camera.
That was good. Bye, Dalton.
Okay. All right. I'm going to let everybody else say it. He says it. No, we're going to let Miss Rachel go
Rachel
first.
should go first.
Okay. All right.
Because she has pre-made hair.
Everybody's channel links are in the description, guys. They've been dropped throughout the chat throughout the night. We are here every Tuesday. So thank you, Rachel and Scott. I'm going to let them tell you. Rachel, tell them your lives and like when you guys drop videos and stuff so they can watch out.
Thanks so much for asking me on here tonight, Kat, and thanks to everyone in the chat. It would mean the world to me if you guys would follow and subscribe to me. My name is Rachel Strickland. I usually don't misspell it, so ignore this little blue box down here. And I am on YouTube every Friday night at 8 o'clock Central Time. We do a 2-hour show. Currently, it is called The Best Thing This Week, and we're talking about super positive things, the best things we sourced, best things we sold, and the best things in our personal lives. So come hang out with us this Friday for sure. And I, typically do 2 to 3 uploads outside of that every single week. I am Reseller Rachel Strickland on Instagram. Follow me over there too. And again, I'd love to have you guys.
Perfect. Here's Scott.
I want to thank Kat for inviting me on the show. Like, I always feel like an outsider, and it's great to be included, and Julian as well. My wife and I are full-time resellers, and we work out of a little town called Penelope, population of 181. So I feel like if we can do it, I think just about anybody could. And I post at least once a week on YouTube. A lot of times it's twice a week. We put up a new video, and I've been on Instagram a lot longer than I've been on YouTube, and I'm pretty responsive. If I can help somebody, that's a big part of what I'd like to do. So I appreciate you guys letting me be a part of this.
All right. Perfect. Here is Miss Dale.
Oh, what about Julian?
Julian, go. They yell at me all the time, but he's been here for years.
That's true.
So I feel like he's like me.
Go ahead and thank Rachel and Scott for coming on the show. Always good to see Dale. Go subscribe to beat each one of them. Awesome that Richard hit 1,000 subs. That is amazing. I do a video every other day on my YouTube channel. And everybody's yelling at me that I have never actually plugged my wife's YouTube, and she does have one, and it's in the chat. Thank you. And Kat, thank you so much for keeping me as your co-host now for a year and a half.
Yes, you better stay for another at least. All right, here's Dale.
Bye-bye.
And Dalton.
Dale and Dalton.
So yes, thank you. I'm so glad that I was able to come tonight and join you. It's all because I took off the rest of the week, so I don't have to be up for work tomorrow. But I do have to be up for thrifting tomorrow. And I have a whole map planned out for us. It's going to be a big day. But I am Flippin' Fiasco here on YouTube and on Instagram. I even have a Facebook page. I don't post there much. Don't forget about our Death Pile Destruction group over on Facebook. If you need help listing the items that you already own, that is what the goal is over there. So thank you so much for thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't know how he's been up since 6 a.m. with no nap.
He's so sweet.
So considering, I don't think we're being too horrible here. So next week, guys, we will have Larry Lafferty and Old School Flips, Jimmy, who I met up in Cincinnati as well. So I'm super excited to have Jimmy and Larry on with us next week. So we will see you guys next Tuesday, 8 p.m. I will be rushing from South Carolina to Florida on Tuesday. I don't know why. I've got to stop doing this on like the live show day. I will figure it out. So we appreciate you guys coming. We look forward to seeing you every Tuesday at 8. I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.